Hello, myself Sriya Praveen, working in MNC company. Let me take you the problem statement faced by any CA, be it in industry or practice, while filing the ITR return. My use case is focused on eliminating the headache of manually fetching client ITR forms, tracking the refund status, and drafting those client emails. To set the stage for my demo, I'll quickly walk you through the few introductory slides first. Most of the chartered accountants experience a marathon during the last week of income tax return filing due date, right? Once the rush is over, we usually plan for a day or two of rest. But that's exactly when clients calls, ask for refund status or request for copies of the filed ITRs, etc. Manually log into the portal, checking the ITR refund status, downloading the ITR forms, and sending to the client is a quite tedious task, especially after a long marathon, right? To solve this problem, I have the use case where I achieve this by using Microsoft Power Automate Desktop, where you have your input file, enter a few informations, and my Power Automate Desktop process the input file and send the communication to the client. I'll show the Excel file as an input file which I prepared so that you'll understand what the fields is required to run this Power Automate Desktop. And I'll also show the most beautiful part of my presentation, which is an AI element. Once your data set is ready, you can ask any question to this bot. It will respond seamlessly, which I'll explain at the end, which is a beautiful part again. So without much delay, I'll show the Microsoft Power Automate Desktop, how it looks like. So this is a desktop version of Microsoft Power Automate. Again, it is a free to install and easy to implement. So this is a flow which I created in the Microsoft Power Automate Desktop, ITR form mailing and refund statistic. Let me click on this. And this is how you can see when I click on this flow. I'll just minimize this. Yeah. So it is, again, as I said, it is very easy to implement and make these actions, right? So without much delay, I just run the flow. I'll make a separate video if required based on the feedback which I received in the comment section, how I created this flow and how I performed everything. So before I start, I'll just show the input file which I'm mentioning at the starting of the presentation, right? So this is an input file which one need to create. The green highlighted columns are the ones which we need to enter. PAN, passport to enter the ITR form, ITR site, mail ID and contact number to communicate to the client, the filed ITR as well as with the refund status. And the assessment here which we need to look for. And all the yellow highlighted are the ones which bot will fill in a few minutes. Let me close this Excel and run the flow. Yeah, I'm running flow. Observe carefully the screen. So it is triggering few actions which is in the screen, right? So first it will launch the Excel and Excel is open in the backend and it will set few things as a variable so that it will use in the coming clients as well. Username, password, email ID assessment here. So it is triggering the web action. It is logging to the income tax portal. So I'm not doing anything from my end. You can just see my hands up, right? Everything is system driven, automated. No manual intervention required. So first it is entering the user ID, which is having in the Excel. It is clicking the checkbox, entering the password, clicking on the submit button so that it logs into the portal. And I'll also show the beautiful part of error handling. So what if the username or password is incorrect? I'll show that in coming minutes. So it will download the receipt. It will go to the service section to check the refund now. Yes, it is selecting the assessment here, which they want, look for. Clicking on the submit, reading this text, saving that in Excel as a summary, and logging off. So it finished its task of getting the information, right? So now the next thing it is to do is to send the communication to the client, right? Yes. So it's logged out now. Now it is sending a communication to the client. It opens a WhatsApp web to carefully observe and entering the number which is having an Excel sheet as input file, right? It will search for the number, click on the client, communicate to the client saying that, hey, ITR has been sent successfully. You see here, it is drafting a message to respect to client, letting them know that ITR has been made. Close this, go to the next user. So it is going to the next user. It is sending a mail currently. So once that trigger has completed, it will go to the next user. It will loop. It will go to the portal, log into the second user. On the interest of time, I only taken 2 clients into account, but you can perform on n number of clients. Again, going to the portal, logging, ticking the checkbox, entering the password. So I'm not doing anything manual, as you can see, right? Everything is automated and it is simulating the manual actions. So that's how the Microsoft Power Automate Desktop is a powerful tool, which I can say to simulate any manual actions. It is downloading the ITR receipt, going to the service sections, checking the refund status, ticking the assessment here, whichever is necessary, and clicking on submit, reading this text, saving that in Excel file, and logging out from this user, right? Next step is the communication part. Now it will go to the WhatsApp web. Let client know that IPR has been sent to the mail. I'll also show the mail part, whether it actually sent or not, right? So first, let's complete the WhatsApp section. So it is searching the number in the search box, clicking on the client name, letting client know that the IPR has been mailed successfully. So now comes the beautiful part of this, which is error handling. What if we enter username or password correctly? Will it go to the next flow? No, it will stop at that section and it will let us know that there is an incorrect password or user ID. So for this use case, I just kept password as incorrect so that let's see whether it can able to handle error or not. So if you see here, observe carefully the screen. I just kept password intentionally incorrect. So it is having incorrect password, invalid password, and it's stopping the flow, right? That's the beautiful part. Let's see how our Excel get updated now. I'll open the Excel now. Yes. So this is Excel which you see now. I'll just expand these columns so that you will understand. Yeah. So it is getting the acknowledgement numbers. We didn't get acknowledgement of last client because there is an invalid password due to which it is not logged into that user. If you see here, invalid password, mailed successfully if it is mailed, and then the refund status, refund process, no record found because it not able to find the records. There's nothing but the refund is in progress might be. And the client name, refund amount, date of refund, date of filing, everything. So now you have your database ready, right? Let me close this. So once you have your database ready, all you need to do is go to this bot, the beautiful bot which we designed. So while it opens, I'll give you some background how we prepared this bot. So we use Python code to run this bot, and then we use Streamlit for a web view where you are seeing the screen now, which we'll see in a few seconds. It is loading, and then Gemini API, so that every time when the user asks for question, it will go to the Gemini AI because we use Gemini API and generate the response. That's how the beautiful the bot is. The interesting part as well. So now let's see. I'll just browse the file which we have as a data set now, which we formed. I taken 20 clients data. Again, this is the data which is coming from the first step, right? It is generating, it is showing the preview of the data. That's how it looks like. Assessment here, refund status, client name, refund amount, date of filing, refund date. So now let's play with this bot. Let's ask some funny questions. Can you please let us know the refund status of Praveen Kadiala, which is one of the client, right? Let's see whether it is able to answer. If you see from the screen, right, Praveen Kadiala has refund status as refund process. Let's see whether it can able to answer the same. It is generating the response, going to the Gemini AI, bringing it the response. We see here for Praveen Kadiala assessment here, the refund status is different process. Wow. Refund amount is so and so that so and so dates. It's correct. Absolutely right. From the data set, it's speaking correctly. Now let's see, let's ask the generic questions. Like, can you please let us know within which we can expect a refund as per income tax provisions, right? This is the most generic question which I'm asking. Let's see whether it can able to answer. And please let us know the date within which we can expect a refund, right? So now I ask this, let's see whether bot can able to handle the generic questions as well, not only the data set related. Bot is generating the response now. You see here, account the income tax provision in India usually takes so and so time, and the ITR processing time is within 9 months from the end of financial year, where we can expect the refund, right? Wow, it's a beautiful one. Let's conclude asking one more further things. Please draft this response in professional way to mail to client. Write something. Let's see whether you're able to draft in a mail version all the summary which we asked now. Let's see this. That's how the powerful this AI bot is. No need of searching manually in the Excel or asking any generic questions in the Google and all. So you can just use this bot to ask any question. See, it drafted us the mail as well. Very beautiful, an excellent one, right? That's the power of AI. And before I conclude, I'll just show you a few things which we done. And this is a code which we used. I'll just show that immediately. Once who can able to see the code, you can just see that. Yeah, so this is a Python code which we generated using ChatGPT and all. And then this is where you can just enter your Gemini API key, which is very secure. This is how we just generated that AI bot. Before I conclude, I'll just end up saying one thing. So currently you see here, we use ITR portal as a reference, but you can simulate the same steps for GST portal to get ITR1, to get GSTR1 data, GSTR2A data, GSTR3B data, and MCA portal to come to get any company's information, and EPF portal to download your respective EPF statement, etc. So this is just a use case to start a journey of AI, but a lot more to go. Thank you.